Today we're gonna go through a supply room. Whenever you start a contract at a new hospital as a traveling surgical tech, the best thing for you to do to be able to get comfortable with where the supplies are in case you ever have to, come and grab supplies, is to go through the supply room. It's to go through the cabinets. It's to go through, what we have. That way, you just start to get a little bit more comfortable and familiar with what you have in the hospital. So we're gonna do a quick little run through and just look at some stuff. This cart here, we have some instrumentation and peel packs. Up here we have some laparoscopic instruments. Just peel pack, or not peel pack, but wrapped up. If you ever drop something or a doctor has a special request, you come into the closet and grab it. Here you got some Hunters. Here's a laparoscopic instrument. You got some Maryland dissectors, Swanstrom. Some of them have different names. Depending on where you go, depending on where you're working, people are gonna have different names for instruments. That's something that you're gonna find if you are a traveler and you're moving around a lot. Here you got some laparoscopic scissors, or the holder for the scissors. You open up the scissor tip separately and then attach it right here. And that's about it. You got some laparoscopic stuff. Here you have some regular type of instruments. This is a probe and groove. Here you got some skin hooks. Can't really see the tip through here, but let me see if you can see them in another one. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little better here. Some retractors, some skin hooks. What else? Got some vein retractors here, or nerve root retractor. A couple different names, like we were saying. A 10 millimeter lap suction. After a case, if you irrigate inside the abdomen, you need to suction it out. So use a suction tip. Usually that stuff comes in the kit, but let's say you drop it or it gets contaminated, then you would ask your nurse, like, hey, can you get us another suction tip, please?
But what would be the reason why they use a 10 millimeter instead of a 5, though?
So, as far as my experience, you let me know yours too, but as far as my experience, usually it's preference. Depending on how much you irrigate in the abdomen, sometimes there's a lot of freaking saline that's in there after you irrigate, and they want to get it out as quickly as possible. So some doctors are like, let me get a 10, and other doctors are like, let me get a 5. Another reason that I've seen that they need like a 10 millimeter, sometimes if you puncture the gallbladder during a lap chole, what happens is you get gallstones all over the abdomen. So the doctors are usually trying to pick them up like one at a time. I guess it's dependent on the person too, but sometimes a 10 millimeter lap suction tip will be a lot easier for you to actually get everything out a little bit faster. So
Sounds good.
we got some forceps here. These are Russian forceps. We got some smooth forceps. Oh no, these are Russian. See these?
And also for the 10 millimeter, don't forget, a lot of GYN doctors, they use it like in the ectopic pregnancy when there's a lot of blood clot.
Word.
So the 5 is too small to take all those big clots, so they use a 10 millimeter to make it easier.
Yeah. Word. So for clots as well. So we're not gonna go through everything. We're kind of just making it quick. That's some peel pack stuff. Over here, we got some Trocars. So when you're doing laparoscopic surgery, what you're doing is you're going through these Trocars. Most of them that we use are bladeless. I think a lot of people have gotten away from the bladed ones. There's different sizes. Here's a 12 millimeter Trocar. This looks like a long Trocar actually. 12 millimeter.
This is mostly for bariatric.
Bariatric, okay. And this is a 5. This looks like a normal 5.
Normal 5, yeah.
And basically that's it. Oh, I'll tell you about this one. This we call this Hassan.
This is a Hassan, yeah.
Yeah, this is called a Hassan, or at least that's the name that's gone with this trocar throughout the years. Basically, you tie suture usually to the side of it, right?
Yeah, it's like prevent air from coming outside the belly.
Word.
Yeah.
So we got that, and we'll just keep going. We don't want to make the video too long.
And there's one more important thing.
Yeah.
The balloon. Some
one?
doctors use it in like hernias. Like when they do an inguinal hernia, that's the way they get access, and that's what they use with a 10mm scope.
Word.
So a lot of hospitals use that, but some doctors don't like it.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lederman was using this for his hernias.
Yeah.
Talk about this real quick. This is a suture closure device. A lot of people use this at the end of laparoscopic surgery. This is called a Carter Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, not a lot of people use the cones. I think the cones are for like make it a little bit easier. Basically, they put the suture. You usually get like an ovicral. You cut the needle off of the ovicral. You stick this into the abdomen with the suture attached to it, and then they'll put an instrument down, or just use this. Let go of it, grab it, bring it back up at another angle, and it creates that loop in the abdomen. And then on top, on the skin, they'll make the tie. Cut it.
Yeah, usually they use an incision that's like more than 8mm, right? So if the incision is more than 8mm, a lot of doctors use that to close it.
Yeah. So typically for the 12mm Trocars, the incision is a little bit bigger. But for the 5mm Trocars, you have smaller incisions. So usually they can just go in with a 4.0 and close those up.
Yep. And one more thing, the gel point and gel port.
Oh yeah, let me grab one of these. It's called Alexis.
That's an Alexis.
Not like Amazon's Alexis.
There's another one right here too, the gel port.
Word. Get this out. You can probably see this one a little bit better.
Yeah.
It essentially does similar to what a Trocar does. It helps you gain access to the
They
abdomen.
mostly use them in colorectal surgeries.
But it helps protect the skin. Yeah. So, we could get into everything, but really, we're more talking about being able to just go through, just being able to see what you have and being familiar with where everything is. That way, if you ever need to run and grab something, or even if you need to explain to your nurse or somebody that's running in here, like, yo, I need Clarify. It's in IOK on the second shelf, like right in the middle, and they're able to access it. Clarify is used to heat up your scopes, and basically keep them warm. It's a visualization system. It helps clean off the scopes. They use it so that the scopes don't fog up once they go into the abdomen. Because of the temperature change, sometimes when the scope goes into the abdomen, it starts to get foggy, and the doctor's like, man, I can't see. So whoever invented Clarify made a killing off helping the doctors be able to see and clean the scopes. We talked about the scissor over there. You can't see it in this package, but this is a scissor tip here. And this is basically just a bunch of laparoscopic things. You got a clip applier here. Helps put clips. This is an endo bag. So basically this helps retrieve your specimens once you dissect your specimen. Harmonic. This is an advanced hemostasis. Basically uses energy to help dissect things in the abdomen. Made by Ethicon. Here you have some more staplers that we use during bowel surgery.
It's a GI 75 blue.
75 blue. And then here we have a TIA. Or contour. The TA is actually over here. And then this is an EEA. EEA.
Very important.
And also here we have.
All right, man. I need an end seal. Find me one.
All right, end seal. Let me see. All right.
Let's see.
Oh man, you put me to the test.
I'm gonna put you on the spot, bro.
Oh man, put me on the spot. Look, that's why. This is why we're back here looking at where things are, so that I can find the end seal faster. End seal is right over here.
All right,
Right here.
Is.
There it is.
That's the end seal.
Nice.
Large
End seal.
jaw, 20 cc, 20 centimeters.
Nice.
All right.
What else?
And then, do they have a staple cart here?
Staple cart? I believe so.
They have
I might need
stable
some
out.
staples.
The staple cart should be towards the front.
What kind of stable is looking for? Skin stable or what?
We're trying to use the